I want to talk about these beautiful mats that you sent us. Are these mats finals or are these the drafts?
Yeah. So no,
Okay.
you guys got you're the first ones outside the inside of the company to
Nice.
physically get their hands on mats. You have early access copies, so
Mhm.
those came when they sent my quality control copies.
Mhm.
I had them duplicate, so it was essentially, hey, don't send me one, send me two of everything, and then when our relationship started, and you said you guys were kind of interested in something a little spicier for your tables, I thought, let's send a little something something up to our boys at Angry Joe and
Yeah,
see
boy.
see what they think. Yeah,
Tell me
our whole
about these.
mentality on
So
this
you what you do? Tell me about the mat business. Why did you do this? And then how did you do this?
gotcha. Um, so I am a long time like career nerd. Like I got into playing
Look at the
Riv.
back of your thing. You got
Yeah, if you
swords. You
look,
got
yeah, it's
fighter
pretty bad.
pilot helmets. Boba Fett.
Yeah,
Dude, I am a nerd. We are obviously nerds talking about
yeah,
high quality mats to play on.
yeah. So I'm a lifetime nerd, and I started playing tabletop stuff
Hell
when
yeah.
I was 9. Um, and not that I like the video game world, but there is something about being at the table, like across from somebody, and
Oh yeah.
and really interacting with it, and so a lot of this came down to looking at the mat options that were out there, and like you said, they were the price isn't great. They always felt to me like they were always kind of done good enough
Mm-hmm.
kind of situation. Um, and so it was looking at it, and the big thing in my head was like the amount of time and energy and hours that are spent on these painted armies, and the same thing on the terrain. And I'm a terrain whore. Like I want I want the sexiest terrain, the biggest
Yes.
buildings. I want to be in the world when I'm playing. Uh, and then all of a sudden, but the first thing you ever set on the table before you put hundreds of man hours worth of hobby work and thousands of dollars worth of models on the table is essentially this kind of glorified yoga mat that we just kind of lay down
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and kind of go like, sure, it's there and it kind of looks like grass. That should be fine. And
Yeah.
it always kind of bugged me. And then I'd personally own these $100 mats, and a couple months down the road, the top layer of the print is peeling away from the rubber,
Yep.
and or the corners would start to roll up, or they would start to fuzz out, and you'd get all these white marks. And I didn't. The quality just wasn't there. And then when you really looked, there wasn't anybody kind of approaching it. Like everybody was just kind of leaving it be. Um, so I came from kind of a bigger production background. Worked in apparel for a long time and that kind of stuff. And so I kind of just applied that like fuck it, there has to be a better option mentality to I'm
Yeah.
gonna solve the problem.
Hell yeah.
So it really started kind of selfishly of like
I
I
want a
want a
better
better
mat.
I want a better damn product. Um, and then some of it came from like even the mat I have on my desk right now. But we started seeing um, the desk mats that were coming along that were just so much better, and it was just like, okay, so obviously it exists. Like we can do something better.
What do you mean by
So I dug
desk
and dug and
mat?
dug.
Is that
Like the mouse pad.
So
oh, mouse pad
yeah,
and
like the
stuff?
yeah,
Yeah.
like the giant mouse pads that we all play on
Yeah.
now. They make some really high quality stuff, and so I really dug into it, and I found a manufacturer. I was able to go direct with them, deal with them, straight to no middleman, no nothing, and pull out all that fuzz work. So this wasn't about making copies. This was about, hey, we're truly going to develop something better, and working with them. And it was a long road. It was like 18 months of going back and forth on how thick can we go with the rubber before it's not going to do what we want it to do.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of topper can we put on it? Like not all vinyl is created the same. Like
Right.
there's different levels to it. Dealing with print versus sublimation, like dealing with all of these options, and till finally what we landed on was the product I sent up to you guys, and
Oh yeah.
so it's the mat's slightly thicker. Like if you compare it to your average play mat, your average battle mat, there's a little bit of
Yeah.
extra thickness to it.
Got one
Um,
right here. Yeah,
yeah,
boy.
The
See, and
edges
then you got that
are
stitching here. Let me see
the
if I
edges
can.
are fully stitched,
Mm-hmm.
and the reason we did
That's
that fully
so
stitched
nice.
edge, and if you look at it too, the print goes all the way over the stitching. It doesn't
Yeah.
stop in like a black border.
Yeah, I can
Um,
even see the stitching on there. Yep.
so that methodology came from let's do a white stitch and then sublimate print all the way to the edge of the mat, so we don't have a border to it, so it becomes endless. Which also gives it a bit more weight when it's sitting on the table. It's a different approach
Yeah.
to the game, and what we wanted was it needed to be better. It needed to be built better. It needed to be uh, it needed to feel better, and honestly, the design needed to be better. There's so many of these battle mat designs out there now that are, this repeating pattern of
Yeah.
grass or snow or whatever, and I wanted to be creating battle spaces that gave you a why. Like, there's a reason to set terrain certain places. There's a reason to paint your terrain a certain way. There's a why. Um, people build this narrative for their army, and then we're never giving them worlds to play in, and that's kind of what I wanted to start giving people. And
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
we've made something that just it's better to look at. It feels more immersive. And our map with terrain on them, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little partial, but I
Yeah.
think they just look
Yeah.
better when you start getting models.
I just played on one for Aeronautica Imperialis. I did the snow mat, where down there was, a snow winterland with some Adeptus Mechanicus, and we were flying overhead, so it works for like an altitude type of thing. We're also about to play Armored Clash from War Cradle Games, where using the rock one, and it looks beautiful. Having the city kind of can go anywhere within that rocks and sort of rocky formations. But I noticed that I was like, oh man, I want that map.
Yeah.
The city, you had some city streets. Now I can actually
Yeah.
put the buildings exactly where, it looks nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That
those
one
ones
is,
were really nice. Those city
that one's
city
a-
ones.
that one's a personal. So
Perfect.
I like to play a very particular style of game. I play a lot of narrative-based tabletop gaming. So I love my tournament players. I do all the guys that go and want to do it competitive, but I'm far more of the let me tell a big story kind of
Yeah.
guy.
Same here.
And so with that, I like a very dense table. I like height. I like texture. I like scatter. I like my table to look very, very full. And I think it comes from growing up and the old gaming magazines and the pictures we see of stuff like Warhammer World or uh, the photography that Warlord just put out with Conflict 47. I'm sure I know you guys played some of that
Yeah.
stuff around, but some of the pictures that came out from them of their conflict tables that were just
Beautiful.
slam packed with
Yeah.
terrain and texture and rubble and stuff. Seeing those tables for so long, it was just that's what I wanted to be in. I wanted to be in that world, and so the city map that you're talking about, it is broken up to where there's roads, there's city blocks it
It's
kind
perfect.
of
Perfect
it's
for
set
Adeptus
up to really
what is it? Imperialis, which is we've got a lot of really high quality painted terrain that I can't wait to see what it looks like set up there. I'm trying their rival Armored Clash. Other companies are in that miniature scale.
Yeah, the
I like seeing
like
massive
the micro
battles.
scale.
Yeah,
Micro scale.
even Warlord Games is where I just got one of their box sets, the American Revolution. So I'm gonna need like some planes or something, grass
grass
rolly
plane,
grass plane, so we could put farms and stuff and do the American Revolution. So how many mats do you have right now for launch? What else? What other things? How many mats are you looking at making in the future?
So right now at launch, and we're speaking to you, we just opened pre-orders. So there's definitely gonna be some perks for early adopters. I may even have a little sneak peek for you guys on something that people are gonna get if you order early. At launch though, there's gonna be 12 unique designs, and those 12 unique designs are coming in 4 sizes, and it's all the usual suspect stuff.
Nice.
So
Got to hit
4
all
by
of
6.
the things
Yeah,
that
the 4
people
foot
play
by
on
6
the
foot.
most.
Right.
Yeah, the 4 foot by 6 foot, the 44 by 60, the 3 by 3, and then a 2230. So all of the big heavy hitters. Now that being said, the plan And then there's alongside of that, there's a full series of objective markers. The objective markers are all designed to add to design, not just be in the way. So we have like our tech hatch that looks like something that could have been in ground or dropped from the sky, and you're seeing it from that kind of
Oh,
god
I
down
love
view.
it. Yeah.
I like
It's
the
like
crater.
modular.
The
like
crater
almost
ones were
modular.
really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite one is honestly the blast crater, mainly because you can stick it on any mat and it's still just going to look like a blast crater.
Yeah.
And then there's some others that look like a spell circle and stuff like that.
Very cool.
The plan is quarterly releases.
Mm-hmm.
The quarter releases will probably see 3 new designs, and our entire mentality is that gaming is a community effort. So a lot of that is going to be based on demand. It's going to be people that are coming to us going like, "I love your mats, but we really need to see more. The gaming community really needs something that's more watery, or we need something that's more this, or we need something." Like, give us the feedback, and we'll come through and redo something.
Yeah, I've got two
Yeah.
games that do water. Armada and
You wanted a space.
Victory at Sea.
You wanted space.
is
Yeah.
another one I like. Battlefleet Gothic is one of my favorite games. There's a bunch of space games out there, and I'm sure Games Workshop will get around to re-releasing stuff in the future.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I will tell you, there's been a lot of discussion about doing a Starfield. I want to do it right. You've seen the designs we've done, and we don't really settle for just like, look, sand. Like, it's got to be
white individual stars in a repeating pattern.
Yeah.
No, like a Windows desktop from 1992.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we need nebulas. We need some of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I want to see I want to see space gas and pieces and texture and give it a reason and give it some depth. If you're gonna do it, and it's supposed to be this endless void. Then looking down at that mat should feel like it just keeps going,
right.
And it needs to pull you in and feel like you've got that.
Nice.
And my design team gets it. We come out of a very, we all have a very heavy and varied creative background, so we're kind of all speaking the same language, and our stuff is very rarely sounds mechanical. It's all this emotional speech. So a lot of it is. Well, does this feel right? Does that look right? Does this do that? Does this timeline feel good? Does it feel old enough? Does it feel new enough? Like it's this constant discussion of building passion into something that a lot of people are just kind of settling for right now.
Yes.
And I don't want that. I think there should be something just as exciting about what foundation you're building your entire game on.
If you want the base to be just as good as all the stuff that you're putting on top of it, go with Foundry.
Right.
That's hopefully that's the reputation we're going to build.
Yes.
And there's some cool stuff. There's some cool stuff coming that we're really excited about. Some partners and stuff that we're really excited to talk to, and I can't say too much yet. But
so what are all the things, to kind of wrap it up, for people who may not know, what can go wrong with normal mats, or because they haven't bought one yet, give reasons why somebody should buy one of your mats versus the other mats in the industry right now.
Well, let's do the one that everybody likes to hear, right? We're 10 to 15% cheaper than everybody on the market.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
So
a
let's
good
just
one.
start there.
But the crazy part is the quality is higher.
Quality, yeah.
Because usually when you do that,
You
your
suffer,
mats are
yeah.
going to be more expensive. So either you're taking a hit to margin. It's like when I created my Street Fighter miniatures game. Our margin was nothing. I got the Angry Joe show. I don't really care about making as much money as possible. I needed my pre-painted miniatures to have a hell of a ton of operations, is what they call each individual color. I didn't want it to be like a HeroClix, where it's got
3 colors.
7 operations. It's like mine is like 97. I want it to be crazy. And because of the passion, like it sounds like you have, for the industry, I just wanted it to be good. So what are you talking about?
So the first one is the price. We're 10 to 15% cheaper than everybody's out there, and like you said, honestly, we're delivering a better product. We're about 1 mil thick on all of the product, fully stitched edge. we're printing at almost double the DPI that anybody else that out there is doing. So the
Holy
color
moly.
immersion.
Yeah, I noticed these colors are very vibrant. Vibrant.
Yeah,
One of the
very,
worst
very
things
vibrant.
is if your mat is too dark, like
Yeah.
all the printed, and so it just doesn't.
Yeah, just everything just gets washed away.
Right.
So it's just like you said, it's just like a yoga mat. It's just like a plain color, you know.
Okay.
And that comes down to we're almost double the standard DPI printing. We're a fully sublimated print. That means sublimation is like a wholly different process of printing.
Mm-hmm.
So the ink isn't printed on there or screen printed like a T-shirt. So it's an all sublimation process. So what that means is all of that is getting printed on a separate sheet, and then it is suspended over the mat, and then it is heated, and it off gases and etches itself into that vinyl topper,
Nice.
which means there's actually no way to remove that color now.
Okay. So does
Like,
that
so
the effect of that is less fading?
it's less fading. It means that we're also completely liquid proof. Like you can't pour something on there and get that spotting because your drink sweat and got on there, and now you have these.
So
water
sometimes
stains.
benefits
You
that
won't
you'll
do it.
never see unless you fuck with your mats or
Right.
mess your mats up.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool.
The stitch edging also reduces curling.
Yeah.
It makes it lay flat. The other thing that it does is it gets rid of that separation of the printed layer from the rubber. It can't. There's just too much stitching per inch to let anything let go. You almost have to park on top of it to wrinkle it too because of how thick it is. Like it's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah. One thing I noticed
thing
is
is
the
this-
yeah. Go ahead.
The backs are. So we've redesigned the
Yeah.
back. The particular rubber that we use it's pretty damn sticky. Those
Yeah.
things do not.
When I was rolling
don't
up one of the
shift.
mats, I was like having to tug the mat to get it to come up, whereas other mats would just slip right off. You know, it's like, okay, so my mat is going to stay in place exactly where I
Yeah.
want it.
And it has to do with that texture backing, and a lot of that's important. You know, it's not going to move around. It's and that little bit of thickness too is also a little bit better. We've all accidentally dropped our models. That little bit of extra thickness gives it that little bit of cushion when it hits
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
table,
that gives.
which is nice. The other thing is you guys haven't seen them yet because they, like I said, you guys got early release copies. The bag design that we did is unique to each.
Thank
mat.
you. I was wondering. I didn't get any bags. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Is he
Yeah.
shipping these things without bags?
No, absolutely getting bags. But each mat has a unique bag size, so we're not doing any of this like it's one size bag and it's just shorter mats. Just have a bunch of gap. in their
What?
Bag.
Yeah.
They're for each.
Why? Even I'm all like, I
Yeah.
want your business to succeed because you're the type of person with the passion, with all this. Why would each mat need a different? You're talking about different mat sizes.
The different
Right.
lengths.
Aha, like a 3x3, you'll get a different one versus the 3x6. Sometimes companies will just send you the standard one. You
Yeah.
got a small little
just
mat
go,
in there, and you're like, great.
Yeah.
They have
Okay.
a 4-foot bag, and anything that fits in the 4-foot bag, you
They
just
just
get
throw it
in
in
the
there.
4-foot bag.
That's nice.
And we don't want to do that. It doesn't protect the mat, and you get that weird bend in it when you do it. Right down to even our zipper design. So our bags are going to have a D-shaped zipper, so it's actually easier to get the bag in the mat
Nice.
without dragging the edges across the teeth and stuff. So it's just easier to get it in and out of.
So
Each
basically,
one
a
is gonna have-
top load. Is that what you're saying?
No, think like a duffel bag. So you have
Okay.
the length of the tube,
Mm-hmm.
and the zipper, where most bags just are a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
Ours is D-shaped, so it'll come down the edge, all the way down, and then down the other edge. So the bag will unfold like a
You have
duffel
to
bag.
show,
Okay.
show,
So you
show.
can lay it in flat.
Okay.
We're also one of the only companies that's going to send you all of your objective markers in their own bag.
Nice.
Not in
Oh.
a plastic bag, not in a little pull string bullshit, but an actual protective bag that zips shut. So
That's
that
cool.
they're not
Wow,
getting
Yeah.
that
used in
is
transit, they're not getting
that's
stained.
above and
Yeah,
beyond.
that's very
Um,
very
Bougie.
special. Yeah.
Bougie.
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 But it's all those little things, it's those little design elements. Part of that is also the dig on going direct, on how we were able to get these pricing where it needs to be. The other thing
Direct.
is-
Okay, so these won't be in stores. You have to.
No.
What do you
going
mean
direct
direct?
to the manufacturer.
From the manufacturer to
Oh.
him, not to a third party. Then the
Okay,
then him.
got it.
I don't have a middleman.
Yeah.
So this isn't.
Ah,
I want the customer to get a better product. This hobby is already expensive enough.
it is.
We didn't need another product out there that was just felt like they were dipping into your wallet just for the sake of dipping into your wallet.
Right.
So hey, an extra 10%. Why not? An extra 15%? Sure.
Yeah.
We want to be able to do that. So, yeah, we really are doing a better design. All the design work is also all being done. They're all gamers.
Mhm.
Everybody that's designing these mats are professional graphic designers. They're also all professional. Like, they are
Yeah.
all dyed-in-the-wool lifetime gamers.
Yeah.
So we're designing the mat we wish we could see. We're not paying somebody $5 an hour on some digital platform to design these mats. These are being done by hand. Our mat maker and that's all my mat maker does. He just makes mats.
I love it.
He's phenomenal. So we really want to see a better quality of product available to the community.
Yeah.
And it feels like in a world where the price keeps going up, we keep getting less for it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're trying to show that doesn't have to be the case. We can give you something better. And it doesn't have to cost more. Matter of fact, it can actually cost less.
Yeah.
And it says it right on a lot of our ad campaigns and stuff that are out there now. We're not really here to play nice. We're here to play better.
Mm-hmm.
And if either the industry's going to catch up or they're just going to let me take over, and I'm here for either one. So
yeah.
that's
Hey, if
kind
you're
of the
making
goal.
a better product at a better price, then that's how it
Yeah.
should be.
Yeah.
And you have the passion, and that's all about the Angry Joe Show. Whether it be video games or tabletop games, which of course are more niche and of a niche of a niche. Us OGs, we got to keep the dream alive. I'm so happy that you exist. That there's a big nerd out there with the know-how or the ability to make a company and
Yeah.
say, hey, I want to lead this thing.
Well,
I want to provide mats for all gamers everywhere.
A better mat,
A
too.
better mat.
A better.
Yeah.
I think that's very admirable. Is not just jumping on the bandwagon because you want to throw some more mats out into the space, but actually looking at the space and saying, yeah, this can be
This can
better.
be better. Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's really awesome. So tell us, where can we find these mats? And how can we get our hands on them if somebody wants to order?
So right now, foundrysupply.co, and it's Foundry Supply and all the social medias, but foundrysupply.co. The pre-orders are open, and you guys will be the first ones to break this news. But anybody, all of our early adopters, if you go on and you are one of the first ones to buy any mat size, I do not care, by the 22 by 30 all the way up to the 4 by 6. Any early adopter that pre-orders a mat, we are throwing in a Founders exclusive set of objective markers for free to everybody that buys a mat from us. And they're all coming bagged. They're all coming correct. So
That's pretty cool.
we're
That's awesome.
right now we really want to make sure that people understand where we're coming from.
Yeah.
And that this is about being a true brand that is focused on the gamer and not just the bottom line. So not only are you going to do that, but you're going to get the free stuff. And I believe, tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe for the Angry Joe listeners, we're going to have a coupon code floating around. For,
Oh, okay.
a little bit of
That'd
a
be good.
little
That'd be
extra
good.
juice around.
Yes,
So,
please. And if you're
we'll get
getting
that pushed
in,
out.
if you're getting into tabletop gaming, guys, this is how you do it. For me, I don't know. If you're a perfectionist like me, it's like I want my base to be good.
Yeah.
I want to where everything is going on top of has to be high quality, has to look good, and Foundry Supply is going to help you. FoundrySupply.co. So check it out, guys. If you want some high quality gaming mats with a brand new company who really gets it for gamers by gamers, check it out. FoundrySupply.co. Right, now I also noticed Dropzone overlay. What is that? I know what play mats and objective markers are.
Yeah, so we have a little something that's kind of unique to us. So we've all seen enough tournaments or played on enough stuff or been to a friend's house or whatever, where they started with a 4 foot by 6 foot mat,
Yes.
right? And then a couple of editions ago, a rather large company out there decided.
This is exactly what I want. If this is what I think it is, tell me.
So that means there's a lot of awesome games out there, right?
Yeah.
Narrative 40K, Narrative AOS, K47, a lot of the big Bolt Action, Flames of War, all of these games play on a 4-foot by 6-foot mat.
Yeah.
But tournament play at 2,000 points for the largest tournament played format of games is about a foot shorter than that.
Mhm.
It's 5 feet, right? It's 44 by 60. So if you look at the Dropzone overlay, what it does is it's a 48 by 12 mat that rolls over the top of your mat. So it cuts it by a foot. So now we're 60 inches long. And then in the design of every mat, there's actually a 2-inch marker on each size that shows you where 44 is wide. So now you can just buy your 4x6 once, and then you can roll that overlay on top of it, and it will show you what tournament measurements are for your mat. So no more no more painter's tape on your mat. You're not taking your mat and cutting a foot off of it.
Right.
You're not doing any of that shit. This adds a design element.
Yeah.
That,
I see the 2-inch.
resizes-
Yeah, that is so cool.
It resizes your mat.
So you
to
don't
a
have. Oh
tournament
man,
legal.
see, this is you've definitely put thought into this, because I was like, okay, if I were to create it, I'll put this, and then I'll put a one go. No, you don't need the thing going all the way across with
You
the
just need to know
2-inch.
where it
You
is.
just need to know where it is,
Right.
Because if you do this, then it makes it ugly.
Yeah.
You know, here it's clean.
And you just put this on
This-
one
this
side,
doesn't-
and you're good.
Just put it on one side, and now the mat's 5 foot long.
Yeah.
And then
Nice.
we designed it now. It's also functional, right? Do you have? Are you playing 40K and you've got stuff in Deep Strike? Cool. We have the one that literally looks like
Yeah,
a drop ramp.
drop,
So
yeah.
you're waiting.
Oh,
you're-
that
you're
is
doing
nobody.
it out,
Nobody's
waiting in Deep
doing
Strike.
that.
It's like a loading bay.
Yeah, it's like a loading bay.
like a
There needs to be.
loading bay.
Yeah. Oh, cool. That is
And
so
if you
cool.
if you look in those 2-inch hazard stripes on the end,
Yeah.
it actually says hazard no deployment, hazard no deployment, hazard no deployment.
Oh my God, that's
on
so
the end
cool.
of it. So
I want that one.
marker, that 2-inch marker, is to literally
Yeah.
say, hey, you don't deploy from here.
Yeah.
You don't deploy from the edge. You deploy. From
We're
the
freaking out because
Right.
for viewers, this is, Warhammer 40,000. They change their friggin' mad sizes in tournaments,
Couple
and
of
then it's
additions
like
again.
great. And what me and Jay have been having to do is every time we're measuring out, we're wasting time when
Yeah.
we could be gaming. We'll either put black tape, or I was thinking, man, should I go to Hobby Lobby and have them create a wooden frame so I could just put it down every time? But that would be
Yes,
unwieldy.
yeah.
This is the perfect
Yeah.
fucking solution. So thank
And
you
honestly,
for making
You
it.
can roll it up in your mat. It still fits in your bag. So
Boom.
you
Yeah.
can it just travels with it. But
I love it.
at that size, it does it. And you don't have to give up your 4x6. Now you can have your big
Yes,
4x6.
I don't want to ever give up my 4x6. Even though I
Like, when
think
you
that
need
Warhammer 10th or 11th will probably
11th.
still use this,
It's
and
gonna
we'll
be
need it.
44.60.
Yeah.
It will be 44. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this fixes it, and
This
this way
fixes
you
it.
can have the 4x6.
Nice.
Have the full size, and then when you need to play that one game, because none of us just play one game. We all play
Right.
multiple shit, right?
Yeah.
When you need that specific mat size for the one system that runs that mat size,
Mhm.
instead of having to buy a whole nother mat at $65, $70, you spend $20. You have the overlay. It makes it look pretty. And
Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool,
Save
man.
you, a
That's
little
awesome.
save you a little bit of money, but still solves a problem.
That
That's,
is awesome. Okay. All right. That's freaking
I'm
sweet.
pretty excited about that one. And as far as I know, we're kind of the only ones doing it. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I say that.
Yeah. I think
Just
I've
wanna
seen
know.
something somewhere,
Yeah.
but
It was-
when I looked at it, it was like
first.
shitty. It did not look like that. It didn't
Yeah.
look purpose built for it. It was just like, yeah, throw something together. And just like you were saying earlier, people throw something together. No, I want to take time. I want it to make sense. I want it to provide function,
Makes
and
sense,
that's
yeah.
exactly what that is. Okay, so
And there's
tell
no
us
confusion here.
when all of this stuff is going to be available. So,
So we're on
this,
pre-order now.
yeah.
The pre-order is open, and I should be putting this on a game table near you
Mhm.
in the very first part of January. So honestly, we're only talking about 6-7 weeks worth of pre-order, and then it's all going to land. I sent you guys a-
2026, we'll be playing on some sweet ass mats. Everybody will be.
I sent you guys a little cheater image if you want to show the your Anger Joeyans. I don't know what you call your fan base.
Yeah.
But if you want to show them a little sneak peek of
Yeah.
what you get if you pre-order, I sent you guys a
Nice.
cheater image of that, and it's going to be the only way to get that product. It's
Yeah.
going to be for our founders only. So
Cool.
if
The
you're one of
Angry
early
Army,
arrivals-
become a founder. Yeah,
Yeah.
because these
Yeah.
mats are going to be awesome, and they already
And,
are awesome. I have some of them, so
Yeah,
sweet.
and then, like I said, it's going to be quarterly releases after that. So we're not going to flood you with new stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but once a quarter, we're probably going to drop 3 or 4 new designs, a couple of objective markers, and we are going to have a customs department.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yes,
I have some
man.
ideas. I have some ideas. All right, man. Well, I cannot
That's
wait
gonna be
for you to put this out. These are, in my opinion, the best mats in the industry from the right people. So thank you so much.
We appreciate the love.
And I can't wait for it. Guys, if you want to get your hands on some of these mats and you're with the Angry Army, put in AJS10 to get a discount on top of the good price already. So check it out, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope you enjoy. And we'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.